Okay, so for the next speaker, let me introduce to you my colleague and my friend. He is a professor of civil engineering and the editor-in-chief of the CMU Journal of Science at Central Mindanao University. His research interests are in the fields of geoenvironmental engineering, engineering geology, environmental hydrogeology and geochemistry, environmental mineralogy, and solid waste disposal engineering. He received his BS in civil engineering magna cum laude from CMU, while he acquired his MS in environmental technology from Thammasat University, Thailand, with his full scholarship. As a Mombu Kagakusu scholar in Japan, his doctorate degree in solid waste resources and geopharmaceutical engineering was completed at Hokkaido University, Japan, and finished his postdoctorate studies at the same university as a BCDA Research Fellowship Guarantee. He is also a recipient of various awards from CMU, PAASE, and DOST Pictured. He has been associated with numerous research works and projects as principal investigator and co-principal investigator, and is currently involved in ongoing DOST Pictured funded 3R for Green Mining Research Program. Everyone, please welcome Dr. Einstine M. Opiso. Dr. Einstein, you may share your screen.
Good morning, everyone. Am I clear?
Yes, we can hear you, Einstein.
Thank you, Sir Mike, for the introduction. Let me see. Okay. Okay, good morning, everyone. I would like to thank the Philippine-American Academy of Science and Engineering for giving me the opportunity to present our ongoing research project funded by the USDP Shared, entitled Adsorption of Arsenic 3 and 5 using Magnetite nanoparticles synthesized from lateritic sediments. So together with me in this research project is our RAs and project staff, namely Mr. Ramos, Mr. Definado, and Mr. Gabian. So we all know that the Philippines is a highly mineralized country, and it is one of the world's top sources of nickel laterite. But the mining methods employed in extracting the nickel laterite ore is by surface mining method, via stripping. And in this method, the vegetation of the mountain ecosystem is removed, including the topsoil, in order to get to the mineralized layer. And this makes the area prone to soil erosion. And since the Philippines is a tropical country with high rainfall intensity, so siltation problem is prevalent if not properly managed, just like these photos that are shown in the figures, in the slides. And we all know that during the reign of Miss Gina Lopez as DNR Secretary, there were more than 20 nickel laterite mining companies, most especially here in Mindanao, were ordered closed. No? And due to this siltation problem, it can affect our coastal and river ecosystems, as well as farming. And rice in particular is known to be highly susceptible to iron toxicity if exposed to lateritic soils like those found here in Mindanao. So in response to this problem facing by the mining companies here in Mindanao, our research group, composed of green mining advocates from De La Salle University with Dr. Mike Romintilla as our program leader, and also from MSU IIT and Central Mindanao University, were able to come up with a research program to help address the siltation problem encountered most of the nickel laterite mining companies here in Mindanao. And our ongoing research program funded by DOST Shared is entitled 3R approach to sustainable management of mining waste, reuse, recycling, and reprocessing for environmental remediation and material valorization. Or in short, we have this research group as a 3R for green mining. And in this program, we employ the 3R approach defined by DIRECTIO as reuse, reprocessing, and recycling, wherein reuse means an approach that searches new use uh, or application of the mine waste in its original form, while reprocessing refers to our approach where the waste is used as feedstock for producing a valuable product, while recycling refers to an approach that searches for new valuable resource ingredients that can be extracted. So the research focus of 3R for grain mining is the waste rock and mine waste, which will eventually be accumulated in the siltation ponds from nickel laterite mining. So we are not concerned with the mine tailings, but on the waste rock, rock dust, or loose sediments which are susceptible to water erosion. So here are the four program components of our research program. And for CMU, we are in charge with the recycling and reprocessing of this silt for wastewater treatment applications. So this is our component project entitled Recycling and Reprocessing of Siltation Sediments as Raw Materials for the Synthesis of Iron-Based Novel Adsorbents. So our main objective of our research project is to extract the extractable iron from peripherous siltation sediments and then employ co-precipitation method to synthesize iron-based nanoparticles for arsenic adsorption application. So here are some of our photos during our field sampling in one of our partner nickel mining companies in Mindanao, Philippines. On my left side is one of the siltation ponds where we collected our silt samples. No? So after that, we do some characterization of our silt, and we use particle size analysis and X-ray diffraction to characterize its particle size, distribution, and mineralogy, respectively. And based on the results, the particle size at D50 is at 4.62 micrometer. And for the mineralogy, it's mainly composed of goethite and some other detected minerals were quartz, muscovite, and as well as magnetite. For the elemental composition, our silt is composed mainly of around 60% iron in terms of oxides based on our XRF analysis. And this result corroborated with the results of our elemental mapping using the SEM ADX analysis. We collected samples also from the mining company, samples of limonite and saprolite, and our and the iron contents are comparable with our silt samples. So here is our final magnetite synthesis pathway. After several attempts, we're able to came out with this synthesis method using the co-precipitation method known in literature, but with some minor modifications. No? So here are some of the photos during our synthesis process. On my left side, the photo of the extracted iron and elemental iron. No? While here on my right side is the magnetite samples that we have synthesized subjected to magnetic field. After that, we also characterize synthesized magnetite nanoparticles using XRD analysis and SEM analysis. No? And based on XRD, the resulting product varies depending on the drying method we use, in which the freeze drying method is the most appropriate way to produce magnetite nanoparticles. If you just dried it using via air drying or sun drying, then uh, magnemite will form, no? Maybe due to uh, partial oxidation of the magnetite samples. And if you will not wash it properly, then some halite minerals can be detected as well. And based on our SEM analysis, our magnetite uh, samples or synthesized magnetite nanoparticles showed rod-like structures with length of up to 200 nanometers. So for our preliminary adsorption experiments, we have so far investigated the effect of different magnetite loading, which varies from 0.25 to 2.0 grams per liter with known concentration of arsenite and arsenate. And these were reacted for several minutes to hours, and for time-dependent analysis and determination of maximum absorption. So here's the result of our absorption experiments, and it showed that our magnetite nanoparticles were able to remove arsenic, arsenite up to almost 100%, no, using at magnetite loading of 2 grams per liter. While for arsenate, the removal efficiency is only about 70%, and the absorption shows an increasing trend with increasing magnetite loading. And we do also the linear fitting of our of the absorption of arsenite and arsenate by synthesized magnetite nanoparticles. And the linear fitting results show that the trend follows a pseudo second order kinetics, and and the slope of in comparison between arsenite and arsenite and arsenate, the slope of arsenite is much higher compared to arsenate. So for our major findings and future directions, as this project is still ongoing, so based on our results, the study was able to utilize silt from nickel laterite mine area to produce magnetite nanoparticles. And based from the results, the lateritic silt samples that we obtained contain significant amount of iron and can be reprocessed into magnetite nanoparticles via co-precipitation. Then the synthesized magnetite nanoparticles would be possibly utilized as adsorbents to remove arsenic from contaminated water with high removal efficiency, particularly for arsenite. And one of our future direction is for complete characterization of our synthesized magnetite nanoparticles with adsorbed arsenic. And we try to study or explore the effect of various parameters in the adsorption of arsenic by our synthesized magnetite nanoparticles, as well as explore other potential applications of synthesized magnetite nanoparticles. So before I end, I'd like to acknowledge our funding agency, the USDP Shared, and Central Mindanao University as the implementing agency of our research project. I would like to thank also our colleagues from University of New South Wales in the person of Dr. Carlito Tabilin, who helped us in the analysis, and Dr. Park from Hokkaido University. So thank you for the opportunity to present our ongoing research project.
Thank you, Dr. Opiso, for your informative presentation on your 3-year project. There's one quick question here from the audience. Have you determined the particle size distribution of the salts? from your synthesized magnetite? And do you have any evidence that it's really a nano-size particle?
Our main evidence is only based on the SEM analysis, but as to the particle size analysis, due to COVID, we were not able to submit our samples for PSA analysis.
Yeah, anyway, you can reply to him in the chat box because you can see it as well. Okay, later.
Yes, no problem.
Thank you, Einstein. Okay, so